What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tasha, aka Mama Gem, aka Jen the Butterfly, and I am here with your Gemini October Love Tarot. This will be for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising. If you have a Venus in Gemini, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's see what we have going on. Make sure that you follow these. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My name is Gem, G-E-M, the Butterfly _Tarot. My name is in the description box because I think I just mugged that all the way up. But you'll see it down there. And follow you, girl. And hit that notification button so you can be sure to get all of the notifications when I upload a new video. Okay. I need to concentrate on shuffling real quick for y'all. Good Lord, girl. Let's see. 4 cards, and just in case we may need some more for clarifiers, see what we got going on for Gemini. Damn. Okay, Gemini, like, I've been shuffling for a whole bunch of people already, and the cards have not done this at all. Okay. Wow, Gemini, you have all 4 reversed cards this month, okay? Wow. I feel like on an emotional level, whether you're in a relationship or not, Gemini, it's time for you to be honest with yourself about what you truly want. Not what you should be, not how you feel like you should be portraying. This is about, this month is about what you truly want on an emotional level. This is about you being honest with yourself about where your emotion lies, who your emotions are, who they lie with. Are you happy where you are emotionally in your life? That's what this is about this month. Being real with yourself, and not caring how it looks to other people, but being real. And not to say that you have been fake, but it's time for a reality check on the emotional plane for my Geminis this month. I'm gonna get some cards because it feels like whenever something feels like it's heading in a right direction, I feel like something is having to take a back seat. And for Gemini, you are very much mentally resilient, but I feel like emotionally, while you've been able to keep trucking, emotionally you have been lagging behind, and it's starting to show. Your cover is starting to be blown, which is a good thing for Gemini, okay? I don't feel like this is something bad, but I feel like it's time for you to be honest with yourself about what you actually want in life, emotionally, on a romantic sense. What can you do, or what is there around to make you feel emotionally balanced? You had a card to come out, and I had the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and it makes me feel like you are not paying. You've been nurturing so many other people, Gemini, that you have not been nurturing yourself. Okay, this is, to me, this is a unwatered plant right now. This is what you're representing to me, that you have not been nurturing yourself, because the situation that we start off with this month is the Strength card in reverse. And again, this is you being, I feel like you always feel like you got to be the strong one for everybody else. But it's like, no, this is the month where you really need to, if you feel like you've always been trying to hold things up for everybody else, sometimes you have to let the chips fall as they may. It's okay that I feel like you've always been like that pillar for everybody else. This is the month that somebody may have to be the pillar for you. You just can't hold it up yourself. You can't. And I feel like Um, this is just a clarifier for the for the strength card. You have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. That the time is now. Like, I keep feeling like for some of you, you've been waiting. I'll do this another time. I'll work on me another time. In the meantime, let me help this other person. Let me know that now is the time. Like, I feel like you really realize it. You feel very open. You feel very raw. Okay. But at the same time, this is the optimal time for you to feel this way, because I feel like this is, you have the most emotional pliability. Okay. I think the reason why it feels so uncomfortable for you is because you're not used to being this vulnerable all the time. I feel like, and again, I'm a Gemini, hence Mama Gem. But I understand, like, people tend to look at Geminis like we don't feel, or that we, the feelings that we have are very superficial. And that's very opposite. The feelings that we have are very deep. I think we have the ability to move those feelings around and compartmentalize them within ourselves. And we tend to come back to them, but to our own detriment. Sometimes those feelings, we move them and move them and move them. We never do anything with them. And I feel like the things that you have been moving around, they're coming up, they're showing up for you to have to deal with during this time. I feel like people will see a different side of Gemini this month, a more emotional side, the side that they're not used to. They're not used to it. And again, this is the challenge here with you, with the Temperance card in reverse, is allowing yourself to feel it. Because I feel like you got the twins. It's about the duality and the balance of the twins. You always try to keep things even keel. But whatever this is that's been, emotionally, that has been getting you can't shake this. And it's not going to be shaken until, or remedied until, you are willing to look at it head on. Some of you may be going to counseling this month. Some of you may be suggesting counseling if this is regarding a relationship, a family situation, or a romantic situation. Your advice is to be, again, everything is about being open. You have the Hermit card in reverse. Some of you may be really very introspective this month, closing yourself off, a bit of a recluse. This is your advice. You may be doing that. For some of you, this is being more vocal about what you have learned, because I feel like even Geminis have a way of being like, you can be, is extrospective a word? I guess of introspective is a word, but we're going to use it because y'all going to know what I mean when I say it. I feel like you have a way of being extrospective and being introspective at the same time. Whereas you appear to be of the world, but you're not. But really what people don't know is that you're not in the world that you appear to be in. Right? You are able to separate. It's like you are able to disassociate a part of yourself and be around the general crowd, all the while simultaneously still be in your own thoughts. Okay? And you can talk about whatever they're talking about and still be in your own thoughts. But I feel like with the advice this month is to share what you've been thinking. Share those deep thoughts that Gemini, it has been thinking. And I feel like you will blow some people's minds because they didn't even realize that you noticed the observation. You noticed the things that you have been noticing. You're super observant this month, Gemini. Very, very. And you're super observant to the ways of other people. Very much so. Justice card in reverse and the 5 of Wands. You're taking a look at who does for you the way that you do for them. And not in a martyr way, not in a codependent way. This is just taking a realistic look at the efforts that other people put forth for you, that you do for other people. I feel like Gemini this month may not like what they see, but it's very much needed for you to see in order for you to make the changes for yourself. Because again, Gemini has been sacrificing themselves for other people and realizing that some of these other people are not willing to sacrifice themselves for Gemini. I feel like whereas for and again, the Justice card is Libra. Libra is this month of October, but it's also about relationships in any type of relationship of any type of capacity, be it family, be it friends, be it lovers, be it work, whatever this is, where there's an exchange of people. Gemini is going to be very exuberantly observant over what is reciprocated and what is not, what is balanced. I feel like, yeah, I do. I feel like, and whereas in the past, you may have not been the person to, like, you peep game, but you were not the person to really want to bring it up. It's like, yeah, I see it, and I'll just let it go about my bit. You just go on about it, but you peeped it. You put it you put it way back here in the back of your head, and you always remember, but you didn't say anything about it. I feel like this may be the month where you start to be like, you know what? You know, when somebody try to tell you about something that you didn't show up in a way that they didn't want, that they expected you to, I feel like you may be, instead of just letting some shit slide this month, Gemini, I feel like you may be the person to say, well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. But I remember when, and it's not even a thing about playing tit for tat. Don't get me wrong. It's not. But I feel like you're going to be bringing up these situations that you put in the back of your mind and you just let slide. They may be coming forth. They may be coming out of your mouth, and you may be speaking to people about this as in to say, you know, well, I remember you telling me that I didn't show up for you in this way, but I remember when you didn't show up for me in this way. And whatever he's saying is going to shut people up, okay? In typical Geminian fashion. I don't feel like, and it's not in a mean way, but you're just being real with people. You know, some people are like, well, you not hanging around, you're not doing, well, okay, I remember when, didn't I give you the opportunity to do what you needed to do for yourself? This is the time for me. Gemini needs time to themselves. Your outcome is the Six of Wands in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands upright. This, to me, this is when knowing when, this is you knowing how and when to take yourself out of the spotlight, to concentrate. You being selfish with your time, you being selfish with your energy. Very much so. It's much more needed. It's very much needed. What other messages do you have for Gemini this month? I feel this down in my soul, y'all. For Geminis. It's time to let yourself feel, Gemini. And voice what you need. Voice your needs. This is about what the Queen of Wands, she's talking about. She does not voice what she needs on what she desires. And she voices it under the premise knowing that I deserve this. This is not some type of undeserved request. I deserve this. I deserve to have my time. I deserve to be treated fairly. I deserve for someone to communicate with me in the manner that I communicate with them. Or I deserve for a person to do for me in the same way that I do for them. I deserve. This is what this is. I feel and I deserve. I hear Gemini telling someone this. I hear Gemini saying, you know, when you did such and such, I didn't like when you did such and such. It hurt my feelings. And most people are like, what? Gemini had for you? What? I hurt your feelings? Yeah, I know I said it in this way, but you hurt my feelings. I don't like that. Now, Gemini is establishing boundaries this month. Good for you. Certain things are not sliding by Gemini in order to keep the peace. Especially if you're a Gemini like me that have, and I keep picking up this for whatever reason, a moon in either Sagittarius or a moon in Sagittarius, a moon in Cancer, and I'm feeling a moon in Libra. It's time to get real. Knight of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups Nine of Wands in reverse. To me, this is saying whoever's for you is going to be for you, and whoever's not will not be. And you're going to see that this month, Gemini. Energy vampires are real, Gemini, and I feel like you're starting to see where certain people have been energy vampires that only want you for their own personal gain. And you're going to start to see that, you know, when you start taking time out for yourself, that some people may have some issues with it, but whatever, those people will toss to the wayside, because Gemini doesn't have time for that this month. It's a month of growth, and it's a month of maturation and introspection for you. You're really learning. You're being honest, going back to what I said at the very beginning. You're being honest about what you truly need emotionally in a relationship. You're not brushing it off, trying to rationalize it, or, you know, make it sound logical. Fuck logic this month, Gemini. This is about your heart. This is about your feelings. This is about what you need to feel connected to yourself and to other people. And I feel like in some instances you have been sacrificing yourself, and there's a lack here, and there's a major hole in your heart, Gemini, and it's time to address that hole, because what you have thought is, you thought that if you put it to the side that the hole will eventually start to mend itself, but no, actually the hole has gotten bigger, and it's time for you to take time out of your schedule attending to other people. Miss Queen of Wands, Mr. or Mrs. Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's time for you to stop attending to other people, and it's time to attend and mend that hole in your heart. Because it seems like, to me, what I'm feeling is, whenever anything, I don't feel like you have a problem letting love in. It's keeping the love there, because that hole is seeping it right back out again. And it's where it's supposed to be staying and permeating within your soul and into your spirit. It oozes right back out again. And it oozes out not in the same manner that it comes in. I hope you guys follow me in what I'm saying. What is that? What is that? Can't hear that. That's my dog. But would you please? Would you please? Yes. Hello. Hi. Would you please? But anyway, I feel like that for some of you, that say hello, that this is about you being honest again about what you really want and what you really desire and what you really deserve emotionally. And certain things where, say, hey, Flash, and certain things where you are willing to brush it aside, you can't, because you realize that every time you brush something aside, or every time you don't speak up about something, that hole in your heart is getting bigger. And whereas it was pouring in all beautiful and pure, when you don't speak up, I feel like you're starting to see that it's oozing out something nasty and something ugly, and it's something toxic and negative. And you don't want that type of energy flowing in and out of you. You want energy that's going to be flowing into you balanced, so you can be able to give it out in a balanced fashion to other people. And I feel like for some of you, if you're not careful, it may turn into martyrdom. I don't feel like it now, but I do feel like it may turn into martyrdom, or feeling as if that, you know, you're playing the victim. And, you know, Geminis ain't about that playing that victim shit. Okay? Like, we will take certain things head on. And I feel like it's time for you to be honest with yourself, to address the things that you have to take head on in your life. Okay? Especially matters of the heart. I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm shutting up. Thank you guys. I love you. See you next month. Bye.